It's time for another HACS video. This time we will be playing with the areas, looking at the temperature heat maps, learning new languages, and also play with covers. We'll get started in a couple of seconds. Let's dive into the first component. This one is a bit different. I believe it was 2023 when Home Assistant introduced areas. And after that we received area cards, improvement to area cards, but now we are going to look at the minimalistic area cards. Or to be precise, better minimalistic area card. Why would you opt out for this card and not some other alternative? Because with these cards that are smaller, minimalistic as the title says, you get much more of the cards on your screen or desktop real estate. So how do you install it? This card from last TR is actually a fork of the original author, who unfortunately has stopped supporting the older version of the card, so last TR has created a new one or fork of the previous one. Unfortunately, at the time of the recording of this video, this card is not part of the official HACS component list. So what we'll need to do is copy the URL of the repository and then paste it inside HACS custom repositories. I'll right click on the link here, copy link address, go to Home Assistant, 3 dots, custom repositories, paste the URL and select dashboard as the type of the repository. Click add and this should be it. Let's close this. And inside HACS, if you search for better, you will now see better minimalistic area card. Click on it, select download, download, and we will need to reload UI for this component to load. Reload and that's it. Unfortunately, at the time of the recording, this card still doesn't have UI, so we will have to copy the example code, copy it, and in Home Assistant select whatever section you want to edit, click on it, type in manual, and paste here the code. And this is how, for example, this example may look like. I've taken the code from the GitHub repository, pasted it here, and of course customized it to my own entities. So let's go one by one. We have type, this is the custom card, better minimalistic area card. Title is example cards, so whatever you type here will be visible here as the title of the card. Area, you have to tie this card to specific area. For example, this one is tied to balcony. Entities are not from the balcony, but this is just example. If you don't know where to find the area name, in the settings, click on areas, labels and zones. Click on area you want to add, for example, this one here, corridor, and here you will see area ID and the name that you have to use there. If you need, you can specify the background color. For example, for me this is gray one. For the camera image, I'm using the camera from the GDQ1 Pro. Camera view is auto. Icon is bird, but you can of course delete it or use something else. If you want to show the shadow, you can set this also to false. Hide unavailable entities, set it to true, or if you want to disable it, set it to false. State color is true, that means that color of the entity will change depending on the state. Then we have entity type is auto. We want to align title to the left, sensors to the left, buttons to the right, and title entities to the right. Tap action for the card is to navigate to this path here, for example to the assist URL. And entities, these are the entities that you can see here, are as follows. Media player, where we have defined that we don't want to have state color, we want to have shadow, we don't want to hide it, we don't want to force dialog, and we want to use darken image. Then we have a switch for the remote, then we have a cover, which is this one here, another media player, light, 2 sensors for the humidity and temperature, these are these two here. And we also have occupancy sensor, this door, when it's green, it's not occupied, when it's red, it means that the area is occupied. And the last line here is grid options. We want to have maximum of 6 columns and 2 rows. 6 columns in 2 rows. Click on save, and since we are using sections, you can also play with the layout. You can increase it or decrease it. I find it that it works best with 6x2 or 2x6. Click save and that's it. If we compare this card here with the area card inside Home Assistant, you can see that we only can have 9 fully visible, while we could in theory have 20 or more cards like this. So if you are looking for better or customizable version of the area card, this one may be for you. And don't forget also that if you do install everything and use it to say thanks, at least give this author a star, so that author knows that people are using and liking his work. If you like to track the temperature, indoors, outdoors, for example, fridge temperature, your bathroom temperature, your attic or basement temperature, the next one will be for you. This one is called Temperature Heatmap Card for Home Assistant. And what it does, it takes the past or previous values for the entity and shows them inside the heat map. So you can see the influence of day, night, sun or not on the outside or inside temperature. Let's thank Zanak for this awesome card, and if you do get up installing it and if you want to say thanks to the author, at least give him a star. That way he will know that people are using and liking his card. Since this repository is also still not part of the HACS official repository list, what we can do is either copy the URL here, right-click the link, click on Copy Link Address, or you can press this button if you have configured it. If you click on this link, it should open the notification window where it will ask you to confirm that you want to go to external site, in this case your own instance of Home Assistant, and proceed from there. I will not be doing it that way, I will be using the manual way. Let's click on three dots, Custom Repositories, paste the URL, as type select Dashboard, click Add, click on X here, and we have Temperature Heatmap Card. Click on it, and let's click on Download. Download, and we will need to reload the UI. Okay, that's it. Let's now go to HACS, pencil to edit it, and I will add this card, for example, here, Custom Temperature Heatmap Cards, and we can customize everything from within UI, which is an awesome functionality, and I really do hope that more custom cards will have the UI configuration option. Let's select an entity, for example this one here. We can give this card a title, Zeta Room Temperature. If you want, you can show month label, day label, day trend, show decimal points, force Fahrenheit, which this is not Fahrenheit, add day forecast, which is a nice one, but you also have to select entity for it, and footer for the statistics, for the minimum, maximum and average value. Click Save, and this is how the card will look like inside Home Assistant. We have the tile name here, we have hours from midnight till midnight, dates, and the values. It would be better if this was an outdoor temperature sensor, but it is indoor, but still we can see trends, for example differences in colors. If you look closely, some of these have a bit of red in it, while others are lighter. For example, these 19 degrees are much lighter than these 22 that have a reddish shade. If you wonder what this here is, this is the data based on the weather forecast. So for example, if this would have been outdoor sensor, this would be outdoor sensor values, real temperature, and these here will be sensor data from the weather forecast. For the statistics, we can see that 17.47 was the minimum, maximum was 22.46, and average was 21.27 degrees. And based on your setup, how long you have data in your system, you can go back into past or back to the future. Depends on how and what you want to see. Very simple but very nice component. Do you Duolingo? If you do Duolingo, you can also try to pull that data inside Home Assistant. I'm still not sure what you can do with the data, and if you have any kind of suggestion, I would love to hear it, especially since I am trying to learn a bit more languages than I currently know, but I miss the notifications. So let's get started with the Duolingo integration inside Home Assistant. This integration called Home Assistant Duolingo, which is a data scraper for Duolingo, and data scraper also means that if Duolingo changes something, that this unfortunately can stop working, but currently it should work, and if you want to track your progress inside Home Assistant for Duolingo, this is one of the ways, or this is currently the only way that I know that you can do it. First of all, again, this component is still not part of the official HACS list. That's why I will copy the link once again here, right-click on the URL here, but you can also click on this button and add it as an integration. This is a HACS integration, not official Home Assistant integration. Then inside Home Assistant, click on three dots, Custom Repositories, paste the URL that we just copied, as type select integration and click on Add. You will see it at the bottom of the list. Close it with X, type in Duo for Duolingo, click on it, click on download, and since this one is integration, we will also need to restart our Home Assistant. Without it, we will not be able to proceed to step number 2. The easiest way to restart Home Assistant is to click on Settings, you have one repair notification, click on it, and click on Submit. This will start a repair, and repair in this case means that Home Assistant will restart. If not, you can also try and go to Developer Tools, click on Restart, and then follow the restart procedure as is there. Okay, while Home Assistant is starting up, we also need to get a token. For that, you will need to log in to your Duolingo account on the web, and we will be stealing a cookie or token from the cookie. First off, let's go to GitHub repository, scroll down, copy this code here, document.cookie.match, and then whatever this is. On the Duolingo page that you have logged in, open the Developer Tools. In Chrome, press on F12 button. Make sure that you have selected Console on top. It should start in Elements, click on Console, and paste here the code. If you are unable to paste the code, this is because of built-in security feature in the browser. You may need to type in the console here, allow paste, and click enter. Okay, so now we have token here. This is the full token. Copy everything inside quotes. This is a single quote. Control C if you're using Windows. Let's go back to Home Assistant. The system has restarted. Settings, integrations, add integration. Don't mind this new SLZB device that you see here. Type in Duolingo or select Duolingo. Paste the token. And from the profile page, I will copy my username and paste it here. Click on Submit. Select an area if you want and click on Finish. If we now scroll here, we have two devices. Andre, it will show you diagnostics or information about your account, and also it will show you your place on the leaderboard. In my case, none, because I'm not using Duolingo that much, and also I don't have anybody as a friend or person that I'm tracking in my account. But now it's time for you to help me. I really would like to hear your comments or suggestions for what people can use this integration inside Home Assistant. If you have a suggestion, comment, idea, drop it down in a comment section below. And while you are already there, writing the comment, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. If you do end up installing and using this component, don't forget to say thanks to Makuta by clicking the star on his GitHub repository. Thank you for this awesome component. And the last component we will be installing today, HACS component we will be installing here today, is the compact cover control. Thank you YoCat or JoeCat for this awesome component. Once again, if you do end up installing, don't forget to click on a star to say thanks to the author. So what is compact cover control card? It allows you to control covers, but it has some nice, awesome functionality. For example, child lock, if you need child lock inside Home Assistant. It allows you to predefine some presets. So for example, if you move it to 50%, it may not be 50, or middle may not be 50, it can actually be 40%, 80, 60, or whatever you define. You can use individual sliders, but you can also create group sliders. But enough about that, let's install it first. As for the install, this one is also currently not available inside HACS, but it is in the process to be included as a part of standard HACS repositories. So for now, let's copy the URL once again, click on three dots, custom repositories, paste, select dashboard as type, click on add, and now type compact cover for compact cover control cards. Click on it, select download, download, and reload. That's it. Unfortunately, this card also doesn't have currently UI for configuration. There are a lot of configuration options, but the easiest way to configure or customize it is to copy either minimal configuration or this complete configuration. Then inside Home Assistant, click on plus sign, type in manual for empty card, and replace it with a code like this. We can give it a title, smart covers, and then you can divide it in rooms or in sections. So for example, here in this case, we have predefined that middle position for the home or for the house is 70%. Then we have rooms, and we have two rooms, living room and the bedroom. As you can see, for the house, 70% is middle position, For the living room it is 60%, but for this specific room it is 50%. This value will supersede all the other values. So if we try to set the main window, it will be set to 50%. And this is how it may look inside your home. We have main window, pergola window, kitchen, we have hall window and kitchen window. This one is at 30%, this one is completely closed, this one is completely closed, and the whole window is at 90%. Let's save and let me show you how it works. We have three icons here. Sun means that we want to open everything. This means that it is open 100% or closed 0%. Then we have a middle position. Remember that middle position for main window is 50%. And next one we have a closed or night setting, which will close the main window. Same applies for other windows. For example, whole window, open completely. Middle position, which should be, if I'm not mistaken, 60% or 70%, and close completely. You can, of course, slide this and move to whatever position you want to move it. But as I said, there are also other options, which I haven't customized. The lock entity. Lock entity ties in with the entity. If this entity, lock entity, is in the on state, as for example is with this one here, you can see lock present. That means that, for example, if the window is open or something else is going on, you will not be able to control that specific cover. You will not be able to close the pergola cover if the window is open. This is very nice component if you have covers in your home, and as you can see, it is also very customizable. I really would love to hear your comments. Do you already have this card installed, or will you be installing this card? And remember, if you installed any of the cards I presented you here today, don't forget to say thanks to the authors by at least giving repositories a star. It will really mean a lot to the authors. And don't forget that if you find any component that I haven't featured on my channel, drop me a line down either in the comment section below, or on my Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Discord, or by mail. And this is it for this video. As I said, I really do hope that you did find something interesting. If you did find something interesting, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps a lot with the YouTube algorithms and it really makes me happy. While you are already there clicking on the like button, check that you are subscribed. If not, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss on the next video and possibly in future also once again streams. If you have any kind of a comment, question or suggestion, you can always leave it down in a video comment section below. And before I end up the video, as always, I want to say thanks to all those wonderful people that are supporting me and that have become YouTube channel members. Thank you for all of your support. But let's not forget each and every one of you who has watched, shared, commented or liked my videos. Thank you. If you too want to support the channel, you can do so by clicking the join button down below and becoming a YouTube channel member for only €2 or $2 per month. Or you can go to my merchandise store and get something there. Last but not least, as always, you can send me super thanks and I will be super thankful for that. I will be seeing you next time. Until then, bye bye and have fun.